Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Lynn Wilson. I have my coffee. I have whipped cream in it, my new favorite. And what am I? Am I doing okay? I am doing okay. Thank you for all of those of you who have prayed for us. And I told my husband I feel like singing the song Lions and Tigers and Bears, oh my. Lions and Tigers and Bears, oh my. That's what my life has been over the past 2 weeks. Let me fill you in on what's been happening. So, yes, here's the scoop. Some of the things that I'm talking about, I can send you some, I'll put some pictures. I'm not going to send you, I'm talking to you like I'm texting you. But I can put up a few pictures as we go through. I don't have video footage because on some of the things because I wasn't there. But let me explain. So it was about a week ago, 10 days ago, I don't even know. It's been a whirlwind around here that we had a tornado warning to the point where my phone was going off saying, get to the basement. I had posted that on the community page. We were packed and ready to go down. We were okay, but it was about 20 minutes from our house that they were hit by tornadoes. Then fast forward a week ahead, in between that, we've had a bear living in our backyard. So I was sitting on the couch over here, and I thought it was that we have raccoons all the time, and I thought they got into our garbage can and couldn't get out and were rattling. And I said to my husband, man, is that loud? And our youngest son came out of his bedroom. He goes, what is that? So it sounded like they were dragging the garbage cans back and forth and making a huge racket. So I opened the window and I just like patted on the screen just to kind of make some noise, and it stopped. And then it came back about an hour later. Well, the next day, my husband found one of our garbage cans like halfway through the woods, and along with the garbage. So we had to go clean that up and move the can. And well, little did we know, we have a black bear living in our backyard. So the neighbors were able to capture the bear walking from their house to our house. So let me include that video here. So you got to see some of the video. Yeah, that's our new pet hanging out in our backyard. Bears climb trees. Bears, bears are big. Then fast forward to the fires that we've been having. And yeah, it's a little crazy. So the fires, let's see, they are 20 minutes from our house. And the main roads to the one side of us were all shut down because of the fire. It went on both sides of the road. If you have not heard, didn't see it on the news, Manchester Township, New Jersey, you can see it. Apparently it's made all the news stations. It was pretty hefty. The last I heard, which was about 3 hours ago, they had 50% of it controlled. And the one area that is the same town as me where they had to evacuate, they were able to actually send those people back to their homes. So that's a good sign. And I think because it was on both sides of the road, if anyone knows where Fort Dix is, it was in that area as well. It was pretty massive, and it was catching the treetops. So let me show you some pictures here with that. So these pictures were borrowed from a friend of mine and a few other pictures that I could snag from Facebook. So I was able to, borrow some other people's pictures. Again, I did not see it. My one coworker left yesterday from where I work, and she said that as she was driving out, the one picture was the lake where I work, and she could see it above the lake. When I went to work today, let me just show you what the sky looked like. So you could see the sky look very cloudy, gray. That was actually the smog and smoke that was rolling in from that area. It did dissipate probably by lunchtime or so. I got to work at 7 this morning, but the smell of the soot and the burning smell and all that, I have asthma, and it was definitely like catching my throat and hard to breathe. So we're safe, we're sound. The interesting thing was when I had the tornado warning, I said to my husband, you know, let's think through what I'm going to grab my purse, because if nothing else, I have cash, I have my ID, and I have credit cards that if, you know, the tornado took the house, at least I have that with me. And, you know, I said to many of you heard my one video, and I said, I need to put together an emergency bag again. Well, here a week later, we have fires, and you know, we don't usually have this kind of stuff in our area. This is just not normal for us. And I was saying to my husband, you know, when the kids were little, we were more prepared. We had emergency bags, we had extra clothes, we had all the things. In the car, I have extra blankets, and I have gloves for the winter, and we have a first aid kit in the car, and I have some odds and ends in the car. So if there's an emergency and we're in the car, we would be okay. But just that emergency bag to grab and go if something were to happen, or at least a list of, you know, think through. So I said to my husband, we could end up evacuating, because it wasn't far from our house that they had to evacuate and go to the local high school. So I said, you know, if we end up having to evacuate, we have family the other direction, which is where we would head. And I said, let me make a list of what I think we would need to bring. 3 days of clothing, and my husband's pills, and I said dog food for the dog. I'm not worried about food for us, because our family, my mom or my son, oldest son, or any other family that we have in the area, we could hang out at their house and eat at their home. But I said dog food. They don't have pets, so I need to make sure I have my dog food for the dog. And I said the dog bed, because he'd be in a different home and, you know, feeling uncomfortable. I want him to have his own dog bed, and just odds and ends like that. And I said I had to think through that. And I said to my husband tonight when we were out and about, I said, you know what, it's time. I need to step up my game and get that emergency bag put together with some basics in it. And then and a list, you know, if we had to run out the door, here's a couple things to grab. Things that you can't always necessarily put in this emergency bag, because I can't put my purse in there because I need it every day. But even still, just a list of grab that bag and these other 10 items, and out the door we go. I need to make sure I have what I need, and that I've thought that through. And, you know, it's always those things you never think is going to happen to you, and then something happens and you're like, I never thought it could happen to me. I never thought this could happen. I've gotten very laxed, and so I need to get it together, get that emergency bag together. Tornado, bears, fires within 10 days all around my house. I think that constitutes enough for me to say it's time. It's time to put that bag together. So I'll be sharing that with you. You know, what I put in it, I got to think through that and get it together, and I'll show you, give you some ideas. Show you a picture at the end of my video. I was wanting takeout. I had a long day today at work. We had almost 400 women coming. I did put a post on my community page, and it was a good day. We had a great day. We had a women's event today, and I'm there to meet and greet and seat and all that kind of stuff and get everybody where they need to be. And it was a good day to be there. In spite of the fires and everything else, everybody was able to make it through any detours they had to take and whatnot. And it was one of those days I came home, I'm like, oh, takeout. Oh, takeout. I need to go buy takeout. I'm like, no, Lynn, you're trying to eat at home this week. You're trying not to do takeout this week. I'm like, oh, I just don't feel like cooking and all the rest. And I thought, you know what? I could go buy a rotisserie chicken. That's cheap enough. So I did. I went and bought a rotisserie chicken, and I did not have any frozen vegetables or fresh veggies in the house. And when I went to Walmart, I did get a couple things, but they didn't have some of the other things I wanted, or I didn't like the way they looked. So I went to Stop and Shop, got some frozen veggies. So we had corn. I just felt like corn. I had a rotisserie chicken. We had some rolls, and I cut up some cucumbers And I did have some tomatoes in the refrigerator, so I had the tomatoes. You could see the plate that I had. We had a little ranch dip on the side. And I made coleslaw for the first time. I buy it. I just never think to make it. And I made it. I'm telling you, high five for Lynn, because I did a absolutely 100% delicious coleslaw. I went on Moss Family TV. I love watching their channel. She does slaw all the time. She's from the South. So I took her recipe and I tweaked it and made coleslaw tonight, and I could have licked the bowl. It was that good. So I didn't do takeout. I was good. I did semi-takeout. I got a rotisserie chicken. But let me tell you, that coleslaw was hands down the best. Okay, guys, I'm going to enjoy my coffee. I'm going to go sit right over there, and I'm going to put on YouTube. I don't know if you can hear the helicopters going by. Possibly. Helicopters have been flying all day. We have many lakes in our area. They've actually been getting buckets, I don't know, buckets, but like gigantic things, soaking up the water and dumping that on the fire. So if you just heard that helicopter, that's what they're doing, going from lake to lake and just scooping up water for the fires, which is a good thing that we have that water nearby. Okay, guys, if you're not subscribed, I'd love you to be part of the family. Thanks for popping in my home, coming to see me tonight. Thanks again for those of you that have reached out and are praying and just told me, hey, hang in there, stay safe. I appreciate those sentiments so much. We'll catch you all on the next video. So stay tuned. This will be the next adventure at our house as they take down this 100+ foot tree in the next week or two.
Oh.